But what I do experience is I experience it in the most obvious, banal sense, is that if I'm researching online and I'm doing a particular stream of consciousness and I'm going after stuff that suddenly, um, like banners and ads and things related to that stream of consciousness begin to flood my browser space. And there's a technology they've obviously developed. These are algorithmic formulas that they've worked out to try and maximize their advertising revenue because they're making it appealing to people who advertise on their platform. Now, that's the materialistic form of it. But there's also like the level that goes beyond that into consciousness that's outside of your computer. That's happening like you're describing. Like you have a thought and you see something. A thought is not your computer. There's no trace, no clicking pattern or anything. This is thinking patterns that result in showing of that pattern in the outside world around you. And that is a science that has been running in the background for quite some time. And that is something what a lot of people, it really sounds like science fiction. And it ties in a lot also to what originally put us together, the Looking Glass project, because Looking Glass technology has also become an interface between humans and artificial intelligence. And I think what we're really getting at here ultimately is that we're talking about a synthetic form of the universe. And a synthetic form of the universe is a lot of computational power that can only be handled by an artificial intelligence. And so the biggest question and the biggest shock that most people will have is that when they realize that the idea of artificial intelligence just reaching a state of consciousness close to now becoming sentient may already be way behind us. Yeah.
I think this is probably the key moment for making this concept tangible for people out there, is because we are now beginning, just 2023 in terms of leaps in public awareness around AI has been in the quantum level. Like AI being so far in the back, people might have used it on websites and in editors but they weren't really aware. But ChatGPT and all these editors that are now so quickly absorbing data and reproducing it, and there's just an explosion of that. But what that appears to be is the next technological leap, when what we're thinking is this is just being reverse engineered in our sphere here, so the human mind can kind of contemplate this. But really, this technology, like you're saying, has been running this show, this synthetic reality, for a very, very long time in a very sophisticated way. And we now have the visuals to understand it. So basically, we might already, or we are in something like the metaverse, not realizing it often that we are. So how can we break this down so that we don't just, despair and say, well, what's this all about? Fuck, we're in hell then if we're in a metaverse. But we can actually open our consciousness far and wide enough to perceive the real reality. But how do we learn the tricks, like you say? How do we learn where the fake happens so we don't fall for it? You deserve the truth, but big tech does not want you to hear it. So we built our own Inspired platform on theinspiredchannel.com. To watch the full video and more, just click the link in the video description or the pinned comment.